I think the one thing that I think people immediately think when they think about a car accident is if there's not crazy serious injuries involved, I think they immediately think, oh, it's no big deal. It's a fender bender. Then they get a couple weeks into it and they're thinking, oh my gosh, I've got insurance companies calling me, I got body shops calling me, I've got attorneys calling me, I've got chiropractors calling me, I've got people offering to take me to medical appointments and they want me to sign papers to sign up with a lawyer. It can become very overwhelming almost immediately. I think one thing that sets us apart from our competitors in this field is you're not going to get phone calls from us. You're not going to wake up the day after the wreck and get text messages from us. You're not going to have us knocking on your door. You're not going to have us offering to take you to a chiropractor and then have you sign up a contract with us. We don't do any of that. We pride ourselves on doing a good job for our clients, and we want to spend our time rather than going out and trying to find business, trying to tend to the business that we already have. When I meet with a potential client who's been in a motor vehicle collision, I tell them there's basically two parts of the case. There's the claim side of the case, and that can be up to a 2-year period. There's a 2-year statute of limitations from the day of your wreck forward. I said it's a fancy legal term for time limit. You have 2 years to either get your case settled to your satisfaction with the insurance company. That's during the claim phase. If you can't get your case done during the claim phase, or you want to get your case done but the insurance company is not taking your claim seriously, then you have to look at the second phase of these cases, which would be putting the case into litigation, filing a lawsuit. When a lawsuit gets filed, it can exponentially increase the time of the claim. So the insurance companies are going to do the following things if they can. First off, the first thing that they will always do if they can do it is deny. So this would be, you got T-boned by someone that ran a red light and you had a green. Well, they'll look at it and try to figure out if maybe their insured had a green and you ran the red light. And then they'll say, we weren't at fault, your client ran the red light, so we're not paying you anything, $0, 0 cents. When they can't deny outright, the next thing they will do is try to pin the injuries on something else. So my client is presenting with a broken arm or a neck injury from a motor vehicle collision, and the insurance company will say, well, we'd like to see some medical records from before the wreck. Perhaps we think that maybe he slipped on ice and broke his arm, or he fell off a ladder while taking down Christmas lights. They will throw anything at the chalkboard to see what sticks. If they can't deny it outright, if they can't pin it on something, if they can't pin the injury on something else, the next thing they'll do is they will take issue with the treatment. And they'll say, oh, well, your client waited, too long to start treating, so we don't think it's related to the case. Or your client treated too much, and we're not going to honor this half of the claim, we're only going to honor this half of the claim. So it is truly, for lack of better terms, and to use a cliche, it is a David versus Goliath battle from the start to the finish. Yeah, there's no dispute. It is a highly fragmented industry. There's competitors everywhere, and many of my competitors play a volume game. Their lifeblood depends on cases coming through the door every day, volume. We pride ourselves on having quality cases, and we don't worry about volume. We believe that if we take care of our clients, the rest will take care of itself. Contrary to many of my competitors, when you're with our firm, you're going to talk to a lawyer. I've heard horror stories of people at other firms who never even met their lawyer, never talked to a lawyer, only ever talked to a paralegal. You call our office and ask for your lawyer, you're not going to be shifted off to a paralegal, you're going to speak to us. And we're going to walk you through every step of that case. I've heard scenarios where people don't even meet their lawyers till the end of the case, when it's time to settle the case. If anything, my clients are almost annoyed with me by the end of the case because they've heard from me too much.